Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. It was a stunning finale performance to an unforgettable season. An exclamation mark, if you will, on HaVon's journey on The Voice. What are we talking about? Oh, nothing, just HaVon's breathtaking performance of Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You during The Voice Season 25 finale in May 2024. Just hours before being crowned the winner of The Voice, the Alabama native reminded viewers, coaches, and voters at home who deserved to win with a rendition that showcased the star's out-of-this-world vocal power. The full performance is embedded above. Backed by an orchestra, and a saxophonist, HaVon rocked The Voice stage from beginning to end, unafraid of the song's iconic high notes. HaVon has a voice that can stop you in your tracks, and it was never better experienced than during this incredible performance. "I had been asking for I Will Always Love You since I got on the show," HaVon told NBC Insider. "I just believe it was the right time to give me that song." On working with his coach Reba McEntire on the performance, HaVon said, "I think I was excited like a bucking horse, so I went in, and she went, wait, let's slow down. Tell the story of the song. And so she made the right decision to give me these songs, for sure." What to know about I Will Always Love You? Initially written in 1973 by the legendary Dolly Parton, I Will Always Love You quickly became a hit for the country music pioneer, topping out at the number 53 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1982, nearly a decade after its release. It wasn't until years later that the song gained popularity, thanks to Whitney Houston's rendition of the track. Houston released her version of I Will Always Love You on November 2, 1992, as part of the official soundtrack for the film The Bodyguard. Houston's version earned the artist 3 Grammys at the 36th Annual Grammy Awards, including the awards for Record of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Performance, Female. I Will Always Love You became Houston's most successful song, claiming the #1 position on the Billboard Hot 100 for an impressive 14 weeks. Countless other cover versions of the song exist, with Kelly Clarkson including her version of I'll Always Love You during one of her 2025 Las Vegas residency shows. When HaVon stepped onto the stage to perform Whitney Houston's iconic rendition of I Will Always Love You, the room held its breath. A song that demands precision, raw emotion, and an ethereal strength, it's one of the most daunting choices a singer can make, and one that has broken even the most promising vocalists under its weight. But Asher didn't merely rise to the challenge, he redefined it. What unfolded was more than just a performance. It was a supernatural, soul-stirring event that left audiences wondering if they had just witnessed something celestial. From the first haunting a cappella notes, there was a shift in the air. The stage lighting softened, casting Asher in a gentle glow, as if heaven itself had taken an interest. His voice, smooth and gentle, cradled the lyrics with such tenderness it felt like a lullaby for the broken-hearted. The audience was captivated, mouths agape and eyes wide, as he floated through the opening verse with restraint and poise. But it wasn't until the first chorus that Asher's otherworldly power truly made itself known. With a swell of orchestration behind him and a swell of emotion from within, his voice soared. It wasn't just about volume or vocal agility, though he had both in abundance, it was the undeniable purity in his tone, the way each note seemed to vibrate in the air long after it was sung. He didn't just sing the song. He inhabited it, pulling its spirit through his vocal cords and unleashing it like a wave over the stunned crowd. One could say Asher had no business attempting this song, not because he wasn't capable, but because Whitney Houston's version has long been considered untouchable. Yet, Asher didn't try to compete with Whitney. He communed with her. Each note felt like a reverent conversation with the late diva herself, as if their voices met somewhere in the cosmic ether. The result? A rendition that felt like a prayer, one part tribute, one part resurrection, all parts transcendent. Coaches on The Voice were visibly shaken. John Legend was the first to stand, his hand over his heart, clearly emotional. Reba McEntire blinked back tears, a proud yet shocked smile playing on her lips. Even Chance the Rapper, known for his laid-back demeanor, sat forward in his chair, mouth agape as he mouthed, "Wow." But it was Gwen Stefani who perhaps summed it up best. "That was not human," she said through trembling breath. "You just channeled something divine." What makes Asher's performance so unforgettable isn't just his voice, although it is undoubtedly a once-in-a-generation instrument. It's his ability to translate vulnerability into power, to turn grief into art. When he reached the climactic, key-shifting declaration, "And I will always love you," there was a moment of utter stillness, as if time paused to let him speak directly to every heart in the room. The way his voice cracked ever so slightly on you wasn't a flaw, it was humanity. It was pain. It was truth. And then came the final notes, soft, breathy, and somehow even more impactful than the loudest belt. He closed his eyes, hands trembling slightly, as if he had just been a vessel for something beyond himself. As the last syllable evaporated into silence, there was a stunned pause. And then, an eruption. The studio audience leapt to their feet in unison, thunderous applause mixed with gasps and sobs. Some were crying openly. One woman clutched her chest and whispered, "That healed something in me." On social media, the performance went viral within minutes, with fans and celebrities alike calling it one of the greatest voice performances of all time. Even Dolly Parton herself, who penned the original version of the song, tweeted, "Whitney made it timeless, and Asher just reminded us why. That was absolutely beautiful." In an interview backstage, Asher, still visibly emotional, said he had chosen the song not to impress, but to honor. "I wanted to give thanks to every artist who came before me," he said. "Whitney's voice shaped my understanding of what it means to sing with love. I just wanted to let her know that we still hear her, that we still feel her." That humility, that reverence, it's part of what makes Asher such a magnetic artist. There's no arrogance in his delivery, only gratitude. Each performance he gives feels like a gift he's unwrapping with us, not for us. And this particular gift, his cover of "I Will Always Love You," felt like something eternal. It wasn't just sung, it was consecrated. The coaches were effusive in their praise during the feedback round. Reba, wiping her eyes, told him, "I've been in this business for decades, and I've never heard anything like what you just did." John Legend simply stood up again and said, "I feel honored to be here tonight." And perhaps that's the most remarkable part of all, Asher HaVon doesn't make you feel like you're watching a performance. He makes you feel like you're experiencing something sacred. His voice, his presence, his soul, all combine to create moments that linger long after the music fades. In a world full of noise, Asher offers resonance. With each performance, he proves he's not here to imitate the legends, he's here to become one. And with this cover, Asher HaVon has cemented his place in the voice history books. But more than that, he's carved a place in our hearts. And we will, always, love him.